Have your attention, please. Your whistle. I'd like to call this May 12th, 2025 meeting of the Jackson County Board of Education to order. Before we begin, we'd like to have a moment of silence. As you know, we had some students, we had a bus accident today. Several students were injured. We'd like to remember them at this time. Also, a couple of weeks ago, we had two students, heroes, who lost their mother in an automobile accident, as well as the same week, two students who lost their grandmother in a horrible house fire. And also, our South Jackson principal, Amy Adams, lost her mother last week. Her mother was a fine lady, and those of us who have lost our parents know how that feels. So let's have a moment of silence, and please keep these folks in your prayers. Thank you. This time we'll have Pledge of Allegiance.
South Jackson.
By South Jackson Elementary. Outstanding job, kids. This time I need a motion for the approval of minutes from the last meeting. Motion by Ms. Wheeler, second by Mr. Johnson. All in favor? Aye. Need approval for the agenda tonight. Need a second. Second. Motion by Ms. Mullins, second by Mr. Johnson. All in favor? Aye. This time I'll turn the meeting over to Dr. Philip Brown.
Well, good evening, board, community, students, parents. Thank you for being here this evening. It's always nice to have so many in attendance and to be able to celebrate the outstanding accomplishments of our students and our teachers. We also have the opportunity to recognize a number of retirees from our district this evening. We just want to say thank you for your service and your commitment to our students and our community. You know, sometimes we will never know the difference that we make in other people's lives, and educators, you can hold it that you have made a difference in kids' lives. So thank you. At this time, I'm going to call up South Jackson Elementary School. They're going to share their highlights from some of the things going on at SJES this year.
Good afternoon. Again, board members, thank you all for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. We just want to highlight a little bit. I'm Nick Waters. I'm a MTSS EIP teacher at South Jackson Elementary.
I'm Heather Watkins. I'm MTSS coordinator at South Jackson, and we are co-PBIS coaches.
Yeah, so we get to do this thing together, so we'll just kind of jump right into it. Really quickly, can you look to your neighbor beside you, give them a fist bump or a high five, either or? All right, now we have a positive learning environment. All right, let's do this. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is our, oops, wrong way. The background at South Jackson. I've been there for 6 years. My first 5 years, I was part of the PBIS team. The PBIS team was alive and well, but the problem was we were kind of lacking some execution. We definitely had students that we were supporting. We were rewarding them with our equal tokens. But this year, Heather and I really wanted to get after making sure that we were looking at some areas that we could really focus on to foster that positive learning environment. And after this year, we know that we have some more growth to go, but we've definitely made some headway with that.
All right, so when we met at the beginning of the year, we met with our admin team. They are an amazing admin team. We had a new AP, new principal of 1 year, and a new AP of 1 year, and they were really adamant about being supportive with our goals with PBIS. We wanted to use a consistent, there were pockets of teachers using Dojo, and so we kind of wanted a consistent use across the board. So we focused on every class using the Dojo class system for Eagle tokens. We also wanted to focus on the areas where we had a large number of incidences, like the hallways, specials, lunchroom. The buses have always been a challenge for our students. They are on the bus for quite a bit of time, and it can be a challenge. So we partnered with our bus drivers. We brought them in during pre-planning. We fed them pancakes and bacon and really established a good relationship. Nick and I know all the bus drivers very well now. They have posters, PBIS posters in their buses. They give out bus tokens. So just having that communication with them has really helped with our bus referrals. Along the year, we've had lots of discussions and had to kind of help the teachers with some buy-in on some of the things that we knew needed to happen. And so we really improved our communication with our staff during pre-planning. We set up their Dojo classes. We came up with points. We had new signage in every area of the school. Again, we got with the bus drivers, treated them to breakfast. Everyone in the school did a great job and hopped on board, and I think it's really made some huge improvements in our school.
So on the screen, if you could see, we have our matrix, and this is kind of located all around our school. At the end of our presentation, we have a quick video, and you'll actually see one that's specific to the playground. What we love most about this is it tells every student, hey, if we're in the hallway, if we're at the cafeteria, if we're at the playground, we're at specials, this is exactly what soaring looks like. And at South Jackson, SOAR is safe, on task, accountable, and respectful. And so, of course, that looks a little different when we're at the cafeteria than it does when we're at the playground. To me, the best thing is at the very bottom, it's voice levels, and that's throughout the whole school. So if a teacher says our voice level is 0, students know immediately, hey, we shouldn't be talking at this specific time. So for instance, during our GMAS testing that we just got finished with, of course, we were level 0, and students didn't have to ask, what does that mean? They just understood, okay, we're not talking at this time. So yeah, we definitely upgrade that signage to make it a little more kid-friendly as well. The next thing that we have is a flow chart. Along with PBIS, of course, we still have some unwanted behaviors. And what does that look like? So for us, we have this flow chart that is classroom managed on one side and office managed on the other. So it really tells the teacher, these are the things that in your classroom a student may be doing, and this is something you're going to manage versus, okay, this is something that we're going to actually go ahead and just send to the office. Students do a reflection form, and if they do a reflection form for the same behavior 3 times, then they're sent to the office to have that conversation. And of course, we're encouraging them with that reflection form. We're having a good conversation. Hey, how can we make a better choice next time? Parents are sometimes obviously contacted through Parent Square, so we're definitely a team in that and helping those teachers know that we're there to help and have those conversations as well.
Okay, so some of the highlights that we've been able to implement this year, with the students earning tokens, they are able to use those tokens to then buy back different things. And so some of the things that they've been able to do is every quarter we have a big event, and they're allowed to use 100 tokens. And we've had things like extra recess, pizza party. This quarter, we have Kona Ice coming. So they're actually earning those tokens and using it to buy certain things. We also have a tremendous Eagle store that has lots of different items for them to purchase with their Eagle tokens. And 1 month, we knew February usually is a hard month coming off the holidays, so we did a competition, and every week we took each letter of SOAR, and the classroom that had the most points or tokens under SAFE, they won, an ice cream party. So we are trying to constantly and consistently give those students those rewards for doing well.
So what's next for South Jackson? We mentioned Class Dojo. That's something that we're using. It's free, so it's something that we really wanted to take advantage of because it was free, but we do know that some schools use the PBIS Rewards app, and that kind of lets the students really take ownership. So we're looking into that. We're also looking into Top Eagles recognition. That would kind of be like your wall of fame. These are the Eagles that always soar. They're always showing safe, on task, accountable, and being respectful, and we want to shout them out so they can see their face on the wall to say, hey, we want to be more like this person at South Jackson. We also are going to do a student interest survey. She mentioned our Eagle store. Of course, it has a lot of things that students do like, but sometimes some students are still not finding something they really enjoy, so that survey would allow them to say, hey, I would like markers or highlighters or something even more that I'm really interested in. That way, there's an incentive for every student. And then lastly, this year, since it was our first year getting to know the bus drivers, getting to know how they kind of do things on their bus, through October to December is about 7.5 weeks. We did a competition again with the buses, but of course, like she was saying, and Heather was saying in February, when we did a competition inside the school, we actually saw more bus referrals because it's almost like we took our eyes off of the bus, and then we saw some more referrals. So our goal next year is how can we make sure from August all the way to May that we're working with those bus drivers and still rewarding those students for that positive behavior.
So some celebrations, our referrals went down this year by 23%. And so that trajectory is going in the right way. We are going to continue to make sure that we are focused on all areas of the school, and we feel really sure that this is the way, PBIS is our community, our school community, and so it's very important that we stay consistent and do these things. We're going to continue. We got 100% Class Dojo usage. From before, we just had pockets of teachers doing it, so that's a celebration. The voice level monitoring, that's a celebration for us. Everybody is following that. Our quarterly celebrations like we talked about, and our new signage, that is all great things that are happening. We had a walkthrough by Northeast Georgia RESA, and we had some really good comments and really good celebrations with the scores that we made on that. So now we have a little short video for you to enjoy what it's like. Every day's a great day at SJ.
We have a great PBIS store where you can spend your points on prizes like a keyboard, and some pens, some beach towels, and some stickers.
I love getting vexed with my PBIS points. You can find awesome reminders how to soar around our school.
We know how to soar on the playground.
We know how to soar! Yay! We love the big events!
There's a sign up here that says don't touch the microphone, and I want to touch it so bad. It's the end of the school year, so I'll follow technology's directions, though. Good evening. I'm Edward Hooper. I'm the Public Relations Officer in Jackson County, and tonight we're here to honor students who go above and beyond inside our classrooms and our schools every day to represent the school that they go to and our school system. There are over 85 kids here tonight because they do amazing things, and so my job is very easy that I get to highlight the work that they do. So we're going to start tonight by recognizing members of the Jackson Empower FFA who recently earned their state FFA degrees. So if you're one of those students, if you'll please come to this side of the stage for me. As you make your way up, the state FFA degree is the highest honor a student can earn within that organization. It is not easy to achieve, and these students were recognized at the state conference in Macon just a few weeks ago. The first student not only earned his state FFA degree, but also won a state championship in agri-science. We have 2 certificates for you tonight, and that would be Reese Sorrow. Not here. All right. No worries. Congratulations to Reese, because that was quite a weekend for him. Next one is Austin Angiobreston, Xander Roberts, Owen Wilbanks, and Elizabeth Ledford. Next one's a big group. We'd like to welcome the East Jackson High School Mastery Chorus to the stage. If you're one of those students, please come to the side. While they're making their way up, this group finished first for their trip to Spain over spring break. They went all the way to Spain and competed against groups from around the globe and won first. If anybody knows about our chorus program at East Jackson, it was the #1 program in the state for Class 2A and all public schools in the state for all state chorus recognitions. So this group achieves at a very high level under the direction of Dr. Todd Chandler. So we'd like to recognize those students who are part of that trip to Spain that got first place in representing the Eagles on a very international stage. Please welcome Riley McFarland, Alexis Kenyon, Cadence Gallagher, Brooklyn Rogers, Roxy Seabolt, Carly Chandler, Hope Miller, Kaylee Sosby, Cassie Lowen, Olivia Warwick, Kayla Fricks, Titus Tolbert, Levi Walker, Adam Choba, Kale Crawley, Logan Korb, Lindley Korb, Emily Bunn, Maria Garland Chavez, Tommy Spinella, Sam Erickson, Shane McAllister. Shane will be up here about 4 times tonight. Several of these kids will be. Dominic Miller, Hudson Hill, Barrett Farfor, Asher Scarborough, Jacob Barrier, Kane Martin, Lincoln Walker, Connor McAllister, Trace Griffin, Jayton Howell, and Grayson Myler. My spring break vacations in school did not include Spain, so very jealous. Congratulations, students. Next, we would like to recognize the Gum Springs Elementary School Tome Society. You guys make your way over here, please. As they make their way to the stage, Gum Springs has had a very good year under the principal Joshua Todd with after-school activities, and the Tome Society is no different. They finished second in the state this year. This group of students practiced every morning since September, perfecting their craft. That is quite a commitment. So please welcome to the stage Arlene Cantura, Aisling Cutler, Alessandra DeFeria, Rithvika Peroshliman, Madison Roberts, Harper Scott, and Abby Smith. I'm going to let these East Jackson High School students sit down just so some of them have to stand right back up. Because next we're going to recognize the East Jackson High School Beta Club, which was named MVP School for the first time in school history. The MVP distinction is due to the club's commitment to service hours, logging over 10,000 service hours as a club this school year alone. For perspective, the non-math person opened my calculator on my phone and did a quick math. That's an average of 27 combined service hours every day in a single calendar year. That includes Christmas as well. In addition, students were recognized by the Presidential Volunteer Service Award Commission with service awards based upon their service hours. So we'll please welcome the gold level of service hours, meaning they had over 250 hours of service this year alone. Please welcome Gracia Avellaneda Castro, Dennis Cooper, Keely Crow, Susan Hollett, Jacob Mayhew, Connor McAllister, Onyx Middlebrooks, Drew Sochang, and Sayla Willer. Next, we'll welcome the silver level of service hours. This students racked up 175 to 249 hours of community service this year. Please welcome Abigail Cornelius, Alonzo Hara, Addison Holt, Solana Martinez, Shane McAllister, Bryce Patterson, Carly Petty, Ava Sorrow, and Lincoln Walker. And for the bronze level service hours, these students recorded 100 to 174 hours. If they're here, make their way to the side stage. There we go. We had Adriana Anderson, Logan Beck, Braylee Funez, Megan Gates, Hudson Hill, Taylor Joyner, Hunsung Kang, and Emily Lampy, along with Riley McQueen, Olivia Naylor, Kaylee Purcell, Evan Samples, Olivia Weaver, and Mackenzie Wilson. Give it up to those students. And the final student recognitions tonight, stay with me, they get a little long, but these 4 students certainly deserve it. We're now going to honor and recognize the class of 2025 salutatorians and valedictorians from East Jackson High School and Jackson County High School. So first, we'll recognize the salutatorian from East Jackson High School, Gracia Avellaneda Castro. Come on up. Just stand right here. And then afterwards, we'll get a picture of it. All right, so this is Gracia. She'll be attending Columbia University on a full scholarship in the fall, where she plans, yes. She's going to major in medical humanities or pre-medicine. She's the daughter of Alicia and Armando. She has taken 12 advanced placement courses in her career at East Jackson. She's the treasurer of the East Jackson Beta Club, a former secretary of the Healthcare Occupation Students of America Club, a former VP of Education and president of the Hispanic Organization Promoting Education Club, a member of the Jackson Student Leadership Team, a member of the East Jackson High School Principals Advisory Board. You have a lot to advise there with Dr. Stratemeyer. And a Power College and Career Center ambassador, a graduate of the Junior Jackson Leadership Team, the former PR officer and treasurer of the Student Council, and a member of the Make-A-Wish Council. She was a GHP finalist for Communicative Arts in 2024, where she was published in a magazine. She participated in the ORNL Appalachian STEAM Academy and the UGA Upward Bound STEAM Academy. She accumulated over 300 hours of community service in her career and received her CPR, biotechnology, EOPA, and clinical medical assistant certifications. She has received the following honors: AP Scholar with Distinction, Gold Presidential Medal of Service, the UGA Certificate of Merit, the Quest Bridge Prep Scholar, the HSF Scholar, and a College Board recognition for Hispanic and Rural First Generation. Please give it up for our salutatorian from East Jackson High School. Next, our salutatorian from Jackson County High School, Chloe Bradley. Chloe is the daughter of Jillian and Wendell and is attending the University of Georgia in the fall to major in international affairs on a pre-law track. She hopes to become an attorney and start her own law firm one day. Chloe will be a 2025 AP Capstone Diploma recipient, meaning she earned a score of 3 or higher in AP Seminar and AP Research and a 4 on 4 additional AP exams, and has been named a Governor's Honors Program semifinalist. During her 2 years at Jackson County High School, Chloe has completed 12 advanced placement courses. She was named an AP Scholar with Distinction, which means she averaged a score of at least 3.5 on all AP exams and has scores of 3 or higher on 5 or more exams. Chloe was the Math Student of the Year for 2022 and received the Georgia Certificate of Merit. Chloe is enrolled this semester in AP Calculus and AP Macroeconomics, along with work-based learning. She's also been a law intern at a local law firm and co-president of the Penn's Friend Club, National Honor Society member, and previously shadowed a judge in Barrow County Superior Court. Please give it up for the salutatorian of Jackson County High School. Now, our valedictorian from East Jackson High School, Shane McAllister. Shane, your Apple Watch is going to love you tonight, walking up all these steps so many times, man. Shane is the son of Connie and Jesse and will be attending the University of Georgia this fall, where he was offered a music scholarship from the School of Music. Shane plans to major in music education and eventually become a music teacher. Shane took 12 advanced placement courses in his career at East Jackson and is an AP Scholar with Distinction. In addition to his impressive academic record, Shane was also named to All-State Chorus, All-State Reading Chorus, an alternate for All-State Band, and the Governor's Honors Program. He was on the Literary Quartet for 4 years, District Honor Band since 7th grade, has served on the Principal's Advisory Group, and logged over 200 hours of community service through Beta Club. Shane has played flute for the past 5 years in the marching band, 2 years in marching band leadership. Again, he's been an active member of the Beta Club for the past few years and most recently attended a leadership summit in Jekyll Island. Outside of school, Shane has worked for the past 2 years as a pianist at a local church. Give it up for our valedictorian from East Jackson High School, Shane McAllister. And finally, our valedictorian from Jackson County High School, Ms. Paisley Gillespie. Paisley is the daughter of Melissa and Simon and will be attending Georgia Tech in the fall to major in mechanical engineering and minor in Spanish. She says she hopes to create sustainable technology in order to improve the global footprint. Paisley was named the 2024 Georgia Volleyball Player of the Year for helping the Lady Panther program to the Class 5 Elite 8. This year alone, she has taken IB Math, IB Biology, IB Spanish, IB History of the Americas, IB Language and Literature, IB Theory of Knowledge, AP Research, AP Statistics, and AP Calculus. Going out with easy courses, I see. Paisley is a member of the National Honor Society, Beta Club, Pen Friends, Spanish Honor Society, and Key Club, along with being a 4-year varsity letterman for volleyball. She also received an academic letter, a UGA Certificate of Merit, an IB diploma student, which means she took a minimum of 6 IB courses, passed their respective exams, and completed 3 additional core requirements that include the course of IB Theory and Knowledge, an extended essay, and creativity, activity, and science. Paisley will also be an AP Capstone Diploma student, an AP Scholar with Distinction. Again, she was the volleyball region and player and state player of the year. She's a 3-time AAU All-American and a national champion for her 15U volleyball team. Give it up for Ms. Paisley Gillespie.
Well, good evening, board and guests. It is my distinct honor and true pleasure to recognize a very special group of individuals this evening, our retirees. If you're one of our honorees tonight, when I call your name, we're gonna just piggyback off of Val Sal. You're gonna stand right here and let me say a lot of nice things about you. And then you're gonna have the opportunity to shake our board members' hands. As I prepared for this evening, I found myself struggling a little bit, not with what to say, but narrowing it down was a little bit of a challenge, but how to say in a way that feels adequate to a group that's retiring. Let's be honest, calling your name, handing you a plaque, and offering a handshake feels a little bit like giving someone a cupcake after they finished a marathon. It's nice, but is it enough? Tonight, we're recognizing individuals who have collectively dedicated 461 years to education. That's right, 461 years. And of those, 315 have been devoted right here to the Jackson County school system. I did the math, and clearly retirement is your first real vacation in decades. Each of you have spent countless hours shaping lives, inspiring students, mentoring colleagues, partnering with parents, and contributing to your communities. You've been the steady hands and compassionate hearts behind our mission and the unsung heroes of more success stories than we could ever count. So yes, it feels a little awkward to be the one to stand up here and try to condense a lifetime of impact into a few kind words and a pretty plaque. But our hope is this. One day when you're dusting off that plaque or rediscovering it tucked away in a box, it'll bring back memories of the many lives that you've touched, memories of the laughter in the classroom, the challenges overcome, and the lasting difference that you've made. Because as someone who is passionate about education, please know this and truly know this. You are deeply appreciated. You are profoundly valued, and you will be sincerely missed. So, I'm going to call each of you up, and fair warning, there are going to be a few puns, and you might feel like you accidentally entered a retirement-themed beauty pageant, but I promise it's going to be worth it. So when I call your name, if you will come up, our Board of Education would like to personally extend their thanks as well. And please remain on the stage because we would love to get a group picture because we are definitely celebrating a legacy that is worth capturing. Our first honoree is Mr. Robert Andrews, computer science teacher. Mr. Andrews has spent 18 years with Jackson County, 26 total in education. And as a computer science teacher, he's dealt with blue screens, bad passwords, and teenagers who think Java is just coffee. His favorite memory, a professional development trip to New Orleans, because nothing says professional development like jazz, beignets, and a few PowerPoints. His retirement plan, he has disclosed, is to bother his wife constantly. So Miss Andrews, are you in the house this evening? I am so sorry. And we hope that you have a firewall or some kind of pop-up blocker to prevent what he has consistently said he's going to do. But Mr. Andrews, thank you so much for your service. Kathy Anglin, School Nutrition Manager. Ms. Anglin has served as school nutrition manager with Jackson County and has been with us for an incredible 30 years. And she has dedicated that entire career to the heart of the school, the lunchroom. Now you have to wait right here. Y'all keep walking down and you're not hearing the nice things. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Miss Anglin. I want you to listen to the nice things I'm going to say about you. I know you were ignoring me. I told you I was going to say nice things about you, and then you're going to call me a liar. Okay, let's start over.
Okay.
30 years dedicated to the lunchroom, the cafeteria. That's 30 years of rolling up sleeves before sunrise, making magic out of menus, and making sure every child has a warm meal and a welcome smile. If cafeterias had Hall of Fame walls, Miss Kathy's portrait would be hanging front and center right next to a tray of chicken nuggets. She told me her most memorable moment was watching the children grow. And I can say I don't think that was just because she kept them well fed. She enjoyed watching them grow from pre-K all the way to 5th grade. Your warmth and dedication filled much more than lunch trays. You filled hearts. And you said that your plan to do after you leave and retire is to relax. And I am sure that is something that a cafeteria line never allowed. Thank you, Miss Anglin. Shane Chason. Now make sure you stop right here. Okay. Ms. Chason has been in education for 25 years and has been at East Jackson High School from the beginning. That's a quarter of a century of guiding teenagers through exams, breakups, college applications, and identity crises, all before lunch. She described her journey as an educator as amazing, and anyone who's worked with her or who has been guided by her would wholeheartedly agree. She is amazing. Her calm presence, steady support, and genuine care made her a trusted counselor, a listening ear, and a lifeline for so many young people finding their way. She says she plans to enjoy retirement and relax, and I don't think anyone has earned a restful retirement more than you, who has navigated teenage drama with grace. So, and maybe some caffeine. Maybe some caffeine. Your legacy at East Jackson High School will live on in every student that you've helped to believe in themselves, and we thank you so much for giving us your time. Miss Jenny Cole. Miss Cole has dedicated 9 years to Jackson County and 15 years in education, and most of it has been spent at the nerve center of the school, the front office. If you've ever called, visited, or needed anything in a hurry, chances are Miss Cole handled it, all while answering phones, calming nervous parents, comforting sick children, and still managing to smile through it all. She was the first face many students saw in the morning and the last reassurance parents had at dismissal. A steady presence in a place where the only constant is controlled chaos. Now she's headed off to spend time with her 6 grandchildren, which, let's be honest, is just running a front office, but you get more snack breaks and fewer early morning alarms. Ms. Cole, we appreciate you and how much you have given to us, and we wish you the very best in your retirement. Thank you. Mr. Greg Gilman. Mr. Gilman is our young farmer teacher at our Empower College and Career Center and has spent 39 years in education, 18 of those right here in Jackson County. And in that time, he's cultivated far more than crops. He's nurtured confidence, character, and a love of learning in generations of students. Through agriculture education, he didn't just teach the tools of the trade, he instilled values of hard work, responsibility, and pride in every student who walked through his classroom or stood alongside him at a livestock show. One of his proudest moments, he says, was coaching his own son to be a National FFA Proficiency Award winner, a milestone that reflects both his professional excellence and the deep personal investment he's made into the lives of his students. As he steps into retirement, Mr. Gilman says he plans to spend more time with his guitar and maybe even write a book. And so I thought of a title that you can use for your book, and you have to give me credit, but I was thinking, Cows, Kids, and Chaos, Things They Never Warned Me About in Teacher Training. Your impact is far-reaching and deeply felt. You've not just shaped future farmers, but future leaders. And thank you for your years of dedication and the legacy you leave behind. Miss Donna Hill. For 26 years, Miss Donna Hill has been serving more than just meals. She's been our school nutrition assistant, and she's been serving up warmth, kindness, and a whole lot of smiles in our cafeterias. Day after day, Miss Hill made sure students were fed, comforted, and occasionally reminded to grab a napkin. Whether it was Monday meatloaf or Friday pizza, Miss Hill brought her heart to every tray that she passed across to students. Miss Hill, you have made a difference in the daily lives of students and staff alike, and your presence will be deeply missed. As you head into retirement, we hope your days are full of rest, joy, and meals you don't have to serve or clean up after. Thank you so much. Miss Melinda Holt. Miss Holt has spent 27 years in Jackson County, and a majority of that time has been spent in special education. She has worked with pre-K all the way to middle schoolers, and her retirement plans are to go back to work, but this time to volunteer at a Daydream Sanctuary where they train animals to be support for children and adults with disabilities, which only shows her compassion and her heart for her students and our community. Thank you, Ms. Holt, and we wish you the best in your new endeavors. Ms. Tina Johnston. Ms. Johnston has dedicated 28 years to education, 19 of those with Jackson County. And every one of them has been filled with heart, energy, and a deep love for her students. She said, I have so many wonderful memories, I can't narrow it down to one. I just love teaching. And anyone who's seen her in action knows just how true that is. Whether she's creating magic in the classroom or dancing through the car line in an inflatable costume, Tina brought joy wherever she went. As she moves into retirement, Ms. Johnston looks forward to rest, self-care, and giving back through volunteer work, continuing to serve others. Thank you for showing us that joy is powerful, kindness is contagious, and sometimes the best lessons just come with a dance break. You've made a difference, and we appreciate all that you've done. Miss Alice Lyle. Miss Lyle has spent 30 remarkable years shaping the hearts, minds, and futures of our youngest learners, with 26 of those years right here in Jackson County. She's currently a pre-K teacher at Gum Springs Elementary, and in every moment she's offered the kind of gentle guidance, patience, and love that only a truly gifted early childhood educator can give. Her most cherished memories come from the visits when former students, now grown, return to say hello. Some walk in taller, some with children of their own, all a testament to the lasting impact she has had on generations of families. As she steps into retirement, Ms. Lyle says she looks forward to time with her loved ones, time that's no longer dictated by a ringing of an alarm, busy footsteps, but by porch swings, peaceful afternoons, and some well-deserved rest. Ms. Lyle, thank you for giving so many children the gift of a joyful beginning to their educational journey. Your legacy will live on in every child who learned to feel seen, safe, and celebrated at school and in your classroom. Thank you. Miss Karen Parr. Ms. Parr is retiring after an incredible 32 years in education, and she chose to spend the last 3 with us here in Jackson County. She's done far more than deliver lessons. She's tied countless shoelaces, opened an untold number of juice boxes, and answered, "Why? How come?" with a smile. Her classroom was a place where students felt safe, encouraged, and excited to learn. When asked what she will take with her, Ms. Parr said that friendships that she's made are the memories she'll carry the longest. Relationships built on shared laughter, support, and the common goal of doing what's best for kids. As she steps into retirement, she looks forward to traveling and spending treasured time with her 5 grandchildren. And something tells me those little ones are about to receive a master class in story time, snacks, and all the other fun stuff that only a teacher and a grandmother can give. Ms. Parr, thank you for your lifetime of service and the legacy that you have left that reaches far beyond your classroom. Miss Kendra Phillips. Ms. Phillips is the very definition of lifelong commitment to education and community. She first stepped into Jackson County Schools as a bright-eyed first grader. And for the next 36 years, she poured her heart into serving the same system that once helped shape her. From student to teacher to assistant principal, Ms. Phillips has been a constant source of strength, wisdom, and grace. She has guided with clarity, led with compassion, and brought structure and spirit to every space she's entered. Her leadership has grounded campuses, supported staff, and uplifted generation of students, all while keeping things running with unmatched organization and care. She says that it's been a gift to serve a community that feels like family, and for everyone who knows you, Ms. Phillips, you've been that cornerstone of the family, leading not just with efficiency, but with heart. As she enters retirement, Ms. Phillips says she looks forward to spending time with loved ones, traveling, and of course, organizing, but only on her terms. Ms. Phillips, thank you for a lifetime of service. Not just of service, but service to this community, the students of Jackson County. Your impact is lasting, and your legacy will be felt for many years to come. May your calendar be empty, your suitcase ready, and your color-coded systems used only if you want to use them. Congratulations. Miss Tammy Standridge. Ms. Standridge has devoted an incredible 29 years, every single one of them in kindergarten, and every single one of them right here in Jackson County. That's not just dedication, that is a legacy of love, learning, and shaping young minds from their very first steps into school. Ms. Standridge says her most cherished moments are watching her students grow into confident readers and writers over the course of a single school year. A transformation that happens only through the kind of patience, skill, and heart that Ms. Standridge brings to her classroom day after day. Now she says she looks forward to traveling and spending time with her grandchildren, where hopefully there are fewer early mornings, no backpack zippers to untangle, and not a speck of paint in sight or glue sticks. Thank you for giving so many children the very best start, and thank you for giving our system your entire career. Dr. Christopher Strickland. Dr. Strickland is the chorus teacher at East Jackson Middle, and he has 29 years of experience, 5 of those being here with us in Jackson County. Dr. Strickland has been the guiding voice behind countless student performances, nurturing confidence, talent, and a love for music in every classroom and concert that he has had a part in. One of his most memorable moments, he says, was taking students to perform at Carnegie Hall. And that experience just reflects the kind of teacher he's been, one that doesn't just teach music, but helps students believe in themselves to chase the extraordinary. As he begins a new chapter, he will serve as associate pastor at Winder First Methodist Church and will continue doing what he does best, inspiring, uplifting, and leading with heart. Dr. Strickland, thank you for the music, the mentorship, and the memories. May your retirement continue to bring harmony to your life, and may it always hit the right notes. Dr. Leslie Teague. Dr. Teague's career in education spans an impressive 30 years, with the last decade spent serving students and families in Jackson County. As a special education specialist, her days were filled with compassion, collaboration, and an unwavering commitment to helping every child reach their true potential. She navigated the world of individualized education plans with grace and determination, blending creative problem solving with boundless patience. When asked about her most memorable moment, Dr. Teague said, "My first day, but every day was memorable in its own way." That simple, beautiful reflection captures the heart she's brought to her work, showing up fully with care and purpose each and every day. As she steps into retirement, she plans to figure out what to do next. But one thing I hope you know for certain, it should not involve IEP meetings or compliance checklists. Thank you for being a steady advocate and a kind presence. Your legacy will live on in all of the students that you've supported. Miss Emma Williams. Miss Williams has dedicated 25 beautiful years to education, every one of them spent serving the students and families of Jackson County Schools. One moment that captures the heart of her teaching happened when a new student arrived who hadn't spoken a word at his previous school. Within just 5 minutes of sitting with Miss Williams, he was talking and laughing, something his parents had never seen. They were amazed. But to those who know her, it came as no surprise. That's the Miss Williams effect. Warm, patient, and a little bit of magic. As she steps into retirement, Miss Williams looks forward to spending time with her grandchildren and family, where I am certain there will be plenty of memories made. Miss Williams, thank you for being a safe harbor for your students and a shining star for your colleagues. Okay, we have a few retirees who weren't able to be here this evening, but we will be sure to recognize them in the coming days at their school. But to our retirees, you've earned this moment. You have left your mark on the heart of our school system, in our classrooms, hallways, lunchrooms, and in the lives of countless students and colleagues. Remember, retirement is not the end of your story. It's just the first chapter where the alarm isn't set, the emails can wait, and the only schedule is the one you choose. Thank you so much for all that you've done for our students. And don't forget, we always need substitutes. Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda, public comment. Do we have anyone signed up to address the board? We do not. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Board, having a chance to look over the consent agenda items, do we have a motion to approve? Moved by Mr. Johnson. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wheeler. All in favor? Aye. Consent agenda is approved. Board, we have a need for executive session to discuss personnel. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Wheeler, second. Second by Ms. Mullen. All in favor? Aye. We'll be back. Need a motion to come back from executive session? Motion by Ms. Wheeler, second by Mr. Johnson. All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve the personnel recommendations from the superintendent in executive session. Need a motion? Moved by Mr. Johnson. Need a second? Dual second by Ms. Mullen. All in favor? Aye. Anything else? Great job tonight by the staff. Mandy, I'd like to recognize you. Thank you for taking care of us all year with snacks and my pen up here. And maybe that's for Dr. Brown, but meeting is adjourned.